Hello everyone, thank you very much for clicking and for watching the video. Welcome to the free game collection. So the CARBOOT season is pretty much coming to the end now. I'm not quite sure when it is going to end for me. It's going to end one of two ways. I'm either going to decide to stop going because it's not worth going to them anymore because people aren't selling at them and it's worth me staying in bed on a Sunday, or the organisers are just going to cancel them entirely, basically, just send a message around saying that's enough for 2025, see you next year. This week was the first time I got there and looked around and thought, you know what, this might be the very last time now. It just naturally progresses to that point every single year, and I stood there and thought, do you know what, this is probably it. The reason being because there was just literally nobody there selling. The amount of stalls has been going down and down recently, but I just stood there, very dark, very wet, very gloomy, and just thought, do you know what, this is probably it. So I was about to leave this week. I did my little lap around. There was only about 15 people selling. Did a little walk around once or twice. I was there for about 20 minutes and suddenly realised nobody else was coming in, so I suddenly realised that, you know what, it's time for me to go home. Just as I'm about to go, there's a guy there that he's a buyer and he's been there for years and years and years. He buys and sells absolutely everything, computer games being one of the things he also picks up, the same as me. I noticed that he is like frantically rummaging around these bag for lifes. I thought, what on earth is he looking at? Considering, like I said, I've been up and down these 10, 15 stalls about 3 or 4 times. I thought, what's he looking at? So I glanced my eyes over and have a look. And from somewhere, God knows how he's found these, he has got 4 or 5 full bags of life of computer games. Where on earth these things were just like 5 minutes before, I have no idea. But he is there and he is go. There is too many games for him to look through at once. So I won't lie, I go straight there and say, mate, do you mind if I try to follow the rules of car booting? Do you mind if I look in these bags you're not looking in because you clearly sort of earmarked the ones around you, you're going for it? And he said, no, go for it. So we're sitting alongside each other, frantically going through it. I will tell you now, he won before we even got started. He found a bag for life full of Wii U games. I saw some of the games he was pulling out. In hindsight, I should have politely asked him if I could take a picture of the stack that he just pulled out. So he's on the floor, we're both on the floor, pulling these games out, and his stack was very impressive. But they pretty much had Wii U, Xbox 360, and some PS3s, but most of the PS3s, unfortunately, were empty cases. I'm not sure where the discs had gone. There was quite a few empty cases, but there was probably about 150 games in total. The guy next to me probably cleared about 40 of the things, and I'm happy to say I picked up this big stack. Now, the guy said at the time, so I've just lined them up, made my huge pile, and I said to him, he goes, how many have you got? So I just read, I've got about 30. I have actually got 31 games here. There's one game which I'm not sure where it came from because I wouldn't have picked it up. I'll mention it at the time, but I think I may have accidentally sort of picked up another because there was games all over the shop at this point. Anyway, I said 30. He took one look and he said, oh, you can have them for a tenner. A tenner for 30 games, pretty much all Xbox 360 games, with a couple of the Wii's left over from what the guy next to me didn't have. So this week, I've only actually got one purchase from a guy that saved the CARBOOT and the reason for me going. Again, I still might have to decide whether it's still worth going or not, because if it weren't for this guy, I'd have come back with absolutely nothing game related. 31 games for £10. So thankfully I didn't leave when I did, and I saw this other guy taking a look, and I was nosy and looked myself. But so we're going to go through these. I'm not going to go to CEX in this video. I've got a little plan where I need to basically sit down and have a look at all the games that I've already put aside for me to sell on myself. I need to have a little look through all those, so I thought, you know what, I'll just keep all these games with them, and I can take a look at a later date and decide whether to take them to CX. So let's do it now. So let's take £10 away from the total. So let's take that away there, and let's work our way through this 31 games for £10. There's some Wii at the top, so we'll do the Wii first. Right, so first one, Peppa Pig. The game. It's not the greatest game in the world, I'm sure you can appreciate. It's probably not many people after Peppa Pig, but it's a very popular IP. My kids absolutely love Peppa Pig. I've actually already got this on the Wii as well myself. I think I got it on the DS, just so my kids can play it. So there is people out there that do want a copy of Peppa Pig. So Peppa Pig, the game on the Wii, that was a nice one. This one I took a guess at. Dora's Big Birthday Adventure. If I remember correctly, yeah, it doesn't have the manual. By the way, pretty much all the discs are in great condition. Some of the cases they're varying condition. Some have manuals, some don't. So it's a bit varying condition, but the discs are good on pretty much all of them. Yeah, I took a go. I thought, I've not seen that before. It's going to be worth something or it's going to be worth nothing. But like I say, when you're getting a stack of 30 for £10, you got to, haven't you? So yeah, not the greatest game in the world by any stretch of the imagination. That probably will make its way to CX sometime, but there we go. Cars 2, I picked up Cars 3 loads this year. Haven't picked up Cars 2. I used to have this on the Wii, but I got rid of it recently because my son's never going to play it. So Cars 2 on the Wii, again, it's got the manual, nice condition. There was some doubles in there, and this is the first double. So I've got Sonic Colors twice. Now, if I remember, this one's not too bad. The case is all right. It's a bit grubby, but it's just the plastic on the outside. This has got a manual and a disc, so that's nice. But then this one, there's a bit of discoloration from when there's a bit of spill on it, and this one's missing a manual. But still, the disc is all right. So that one I feel is going to make its way to CEX at some point in time. This one I may recase and just upgrade the condition of it. Probably sell this one on myself. So yeah, Sonic colours, nice one to find. I don't think that it's not cheap. I think CEX sell it for about £5 or so. So that's a nice one to find. Right. All the rest are Xbox 360. So let's do the doubles first. The first doubles are Marvel superheroes. You pick these sort of loads of times throughout the years now. One's got a manual and one doesn't. Yeah, I thought that was the case. So they're nice to pick up again. You don't get too much for them, but you're going to pick them up, aren't you, when they're as cheap as that. This is a nice double to find. Minecraft, 2 copies of Minecraft on the Xbox 360, absolute staple for this. These never ever had manuals. I'm 99.9% sure that none of the Minecraft on the 360 came with a manual, because I've had hundreds of copies of it in my possession, never seen one with a manual. So I'm very confident there's no manual for them, but both cases and discs in nice condition. So that was a nice one to find. This is the one which I don't think, I think I've picked this one up accidentally, because I wouldn't have picked this up. Rock Band. I don't have the peripherals for it. I don't think it goes for too much. There's no manual. Yeah, I got home and saw that sitting there and I thought to myself, well, why did you pick that up? But I don't think I did. I think to be honest, I've accidentally took it off the guy without meaning to. So yeah, bit of a shame, that one. But yeah, anyway, it's not the end of the world, is it? It's still got a copy of Rock Band, but I don't know how that made its way in there. Thief on the Xbox 360. I want to say I've got this on the Xbox One. I think it's a remake of an older game, Thief. I think it came out on one of the older systems. I haven't played it, but I've already got it in my collection. This one's got a bit of staining on the case as well. Doesn't have a manual, it's just got this little piece of paper, but not too bad again. You're going to pick it up, aren't you? But that doesn't go for too much. So Thief, I'll probably be moving that on for about £1. Call of Duty Black Ops. Hundreds, if not thousands of times we've picked up Call of Duty Black Ops at this point in time, but you're going to keep picking them up. That'll probably go to CX at some point in time. Star Wars, the original trilogy. It doesn't have a manual, and for some reason it's in an OG Xbox case. It's had a bit of a tear up in the top corner as well. Not the greatest condition, but it's a good game. So I'm on the fence with that one, whether I stick it in a proper 360 case and sell it on myself, or might take that one to CX at some point in time. But Star Wars 2, the original trilogy on Lego. That's nice to have. Then we've got Sega Superstar Test. All I know about this game is CX really struggled to take it in. This and the Mega Drive collection on the Xbox 360, whenever you scan them, it says that they don't take them anymore, but they do. I don't know if they've fixed the problem, but for years they had 2 barcodes for this on the system. They always said they couldn't take it, but yeah, I don't know anything about the game, unfortunately. It's got the manual. The disc is in nice condition, I believe. I'll be surprised if it wasn't. Yeah, lovely. So there you go. That's the only thing I know about that game, but it's a Sonic game, nice to have. Far Cry Instincts Predator. I believe this is just Far Cry 1, I think. I haven't played it. The first Far Cry I ever played was Far Cry 2. Got it in my collection. This one's got the manual. Nice condition, this one, actually. But again, I don't think it goes for too much, but it's a nice one to have to move on myself. Oh, yeah, All-Stars, WWE All-Stars. I enjoyed this game. This isn't the best condition, because I don't know if you can tell, it's sort of stuck to the plastic. There's no manual either. This has got wet at some point in time, so this will go to CX, because I'm not going to be moving this one on myself. But it's a good game. The characters in this are very bombastical. They're very large, the moves, and there's fireworks and all these colours, but it's like Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Andre the Giant, Undertaker, Macho Man. It's got all your classic wrestlers on it. But WWE All-Stars, I quite enjoy that game. We've then got Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I believe is the second in the new trilogy that they released. Good game to find. This one doesn't have a manual, but it says that there's a digital copy of one, so that's good, an e-manual. So that's a nice one to have picked up. Got that there, great game. 007 Legends. Now, I've played this and didn't really enjoy it, but I think the problem was I played Bloodstone and then moved straight onto this one. I was on a bit of a James Bond kick at the time. I didn't enjoy it. I only played it for about an hour or two and decided, you know what, I don't like that. I think just in comparison to Bloodstone, it's not that great. Bloodstone's a really good game if you haven't played that before. But 007 Legends didn't really float my boat, but I know some people like it, so got that one to move on. This is one I actually get to keep for my own collection. Open Season. I don't have this one. I do believe it's a film. Pretty sure. I haven't seen, Columbia Pictures. I haven't seen the film myself, so I don't know much about it, but it's got the manual. It's got a disc. Yeah, I've never seen the film. I can't possibly tell you what it's all about. It's obviously based on the film, but one for my own collection there. So that one will definitely be staying with me. That one isn't going to go into the pile to be moved on. So that's nice. Let's do these two together. So we've got Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 6. Both these games got a bit of slack, a bit of stick, when they first came out. I don't understand the criticism of Resident Evil 5. I really enjoyed this. I know people said it turned into a shooter and it dropped the whole survival horror thing, which is true, but on the back of the success of Resident Evil 4, you can see why they did that. I completed that co-op with a friend of mine, co-op couch, basically, which is probably why I've got such a fond memory of it, because I really enjoyed it. Resident Evil 6, yes, I get it. They've tried to satisfy everyone's wants and needs and desires in one game. You've got I think there's 3 different storylines you play through with all the main characters, but in hindsight now, it's not that bad. It's okay. It doesn't deserve the absolute slander that it received at the time, but yeah, I kind of get this one a bit more than this one. I really enjoy this one, but Resident Evil 5 and 6, but I am a big Resident Evil fan, so I am going to have some slight bias there. Tomb Raider Underworld, again, I think I played this game for about an hour or 2 and then turned it off. I don't know why I stopped playing it. I can't remember it being particularly offensive or poor in any way, but this one's got the manual, it's got the disc, obviously, and the case is a bit bad, but the inlay's fine, so I might need to swap this round, but I picked that up, so that's a nice one to have. Then I've got 2 copies of this. I've got Ben 10 Omniverse 2 and Ben 10 Cosmic Destruction. I think I need that one in my collection. I think there's 2 or 3 Ben 10 games. I've got 1 or I've got 2. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what Ben 10 is. It came out after I'd stopped watching cartoons when I was no longer a child, and I never ever seen it again. So I've no idea what the premise of it is. It looks like monsters or aliens or something, I'm not quite sure, but anyway, Ben 10, one of these games I need, one of them I don't. One I'll be moving on, one I'll be keeping. I need to have a look at my collection and see which one it was that I needed. Right, we're getting a little further on now, got the better ones till the end, obviously, because it's YouTube and that's what you gotta do. Mafia 2, this at some point in time was $4.99 in cash converters, and then made its way to Game, I believe, in the 3 for 2. Yeah, Mafia 2, there's a lot of Mafia fans out there. I played the definitive edition of Mafia 1 on the PS4 recently. Thought that was a great game, really enjoyed that. So I would like to play Mafia 2. I think I've already got it on the 360 and the PS3, I believe. So I won't be keeping all of this one. The case is a little bit battered on this one. It's had too many stickers on it, but the manual, the inlay, and the disc are nice. I'm going to recase that one, but that was a nice one to have found. Right, moving on now then. So last, I've got 6 left. I've got Grand Theft Auto 4 and episodes from Liberty City. So this is all on the one disc, although I think it's 2 discs actually. Yes, actually, I'll take that back. It's over 2 discs. It doesn't have the manual, unfortunately, which is a shame, but it does have this weird little promotional leaflet with it, which I'd like to find them out. But who remembers when they did this? So this is when they released the Xbox One and they had the backwards compatibility on some games. This is how they sort of advertised it. They put the 2 logos at the top and made these weird cases. So you can see it's a 360 case, but it's got the PS1 spine design, and they've got this at the top. You don't see this too often. There wasn't too many games made with this, and I don't have this style in my collection. So I think I'm going to keep hold of this. But yeah, it confused me when these came out as to what that was all about at the top. They didn't do it for very long at all. I'm assuming they figured out they were confusing people, but again, what a great game to have found out about. The discs are fine. It's a shame about the manual, but I'll be keeping that one for my own collection. So that was a cracking find, that was. This is a good one. The Godfather. I think CEX sell this for somewhere between like £15 and £20. It fluctuates a bit, this one. It does have the manual. The disc is in beautiful condition. The case is okay. All the cases have got a lot of sticker residue on them, unfortunately, but you know, there's worse things, isn't there? This was $1.99 at some point in time in, I believe this is Electronic Games. There you go. So yeah, Godfather. Chuffed with that one. I played, I don't think I played it on the 360, I think I played it on the PS2, so I think I played Reservoir Dogs, Scarface, and The Godfather on PS2, all in one big stint. Scarface was the best, Godfather. Reservoir Dogs wasn't fantastically fair, but anyway, that one I'll be moving on. That's a nice one to find. Right, the last 4 have a bit of a theme running through them. So, first one, Transformers, Dark of the Moon. Fortunately, doesn't have a manual. I do already have it in my collection as well. Disc and the inlay is in great condition, but the case has seen better days. So again, same as many others, I'm going to have to recase this one. But Transformers Dark of the Moon, so I've got that one firstly. Second is Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. I don't have this one in my collection. I thought I did, but it turns out I don't. Again, unfortunately, no manual with this one, but the disc and the artwork's fine. The case, again, seen better days, so I might have to recase this one. I've no idea why I haven't picked this up before. I feel like I have, but you know, I'm not great with the Transformers games, to be honest. I won't be surprised if I've moved this on before, thinking I have already got it in my collection. But hey ho, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. That one's going into my collection. The next one is Transformers Fall of Cybertron. So we've already picked this up this year, which is great because this is a Xbox 360 rarity, and they sell this for like over 30 quid. This one is actually the best condition out of all of them. The case feels brand new, the manual's lovely, the disc, sorry, is absolutely perfect. So that was a fantastic one to have found in there. Again, the fact that we've found 2 of these this year already, it is pretty impressive. The other one's in dubious condition, but this one, the complete opposite. This one's minty, and I've already got it in my collection. So yeah, Transformers Fall of Cybertron, pick that one up again. So that's a fantastic one to have found. The last one out of all of them then, following on from the same theme, is Transformers War for Cybertron. This is, now that I've got this one, the last of the Transformers games on the Xbox 360 that I need in my collection. It's not all roses though. The disc is lovely, the manual is lovely. However, the artwork as well as the case took a bit of a battering on this one. There's quite a lot of fraying down the sides. There's a chunk taken off this corner. This is a weird one. This has been in CEX at some point in its life, but the CEX sticker is actually on the actual artwork, which they never ever do. So at what point in time, at what store this was in a CEX, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I'm not too fussed. I'm having it in my collection. I'm really chuffed about it. The Transformers games, some of them are not cheap. Both of these Transformers games are £30+. So the fact I've got them in this stack of all these other games for a tenner is brilliant. But yeah, Transformers War for Cybertron. Finally got. I'm tempted now to sit down and give them all a good playthrough. I don't even know what order you're supposed to play them in, like what order they were released in. But yeah, Transformers War for Cybertron. Love it. Absolutely love the fact that I was able to pick this up. So that's all the Spider-Mans and all the Transformers I've managed to get this year. So that's great. So that one's going in my collection. And that's it. That's all of it. So from a car boot where I was there for 20 minutes and I'm standing there thinking to myself, well, do you know what? That's probably it for the year. I've got to debate now whether to ever go back this year or wait until 2026. And all of a sudden, I end up leaving for £10 this stack of games to move on myself, plus these games to add into my collection. I think that is an absolute result, and this is why you go to the car boots a lot of the time towards the end of the year. It's very difficult to decide when to stop going because you might miss out on these things, and you know, FOMO, isn't it? So, but I'm absolutely chuffed. Again, I don't know how many more car boots we've got until the organisers cancel them, or I decide that, you know, it's worth me just staying in bed going forward. But I can happily say this week is definitely worth getting out of bed, definitely worth going for them. So thank you very, very, very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves.